Alright, so at the time of recording this, pretty much all the devices eligible for OneUI 6.0 and the Android 14 update have gotten it, and it's packed full of new features. So in this video, we're going to go through the coolest ones that I found. Right, so first up, we have overall UI changes. So the first thing you notice when you install OneUI 6 is change in the font. The font looks a little wider, more rounded, more welcoming than the previous one. There's a new animation for the back gesture, and the most noticeable change comes in the notification shade, which is one of the first things you'll interact with. Now, notifications are separated into their own cards or bubbles, just like you have on iOS. You get the option to either arrange them chronologically or by priority, and you can even ungroup notifications that come from, say, the same app. Up top, you still get 6 quick settings which you can customize to whatever you like. And below are the media output and device control buttons. Now, opening the full quick settings panel is where you'll see the biggest change. It's now arranged into 5 sections, with the topmost containing Wi-Fi and Bluetooth controls, the second panel or card containing all of your quick settings. Below that, you get multi-SIM information if you have that enabled or if you have a dual SIM phone. And below that, you get your brightness control, which is now grouped together with dark mode and eye comfort shield controls. And then finally at the bottom, you get mirroring and media output controls. Now, of course, you can edit a lot of this by tapping the little pencil icon when in the full quick settings panel, and everything is as it used to be. But there's one notable new setting in there, and that's the quick settings instant access. Toggle this and you'll be able to swipe down from the top right corner of your phone to access the full quick settings panel, just like iOS users do with control center. Of course, you can still swipe down with 2 fingers for the same effect. It's a very intuitive layout, things are very easy to find. The only downside is that now reachability is gone. I think it's a trade-off I'm willing to live with. You get a new media player interface that now shows the album artwork in the background when the card is expanded, and you get this cool new waveform animation for the progress bar. Kinda like Material U, but it looks better because it doesn't look like a sprout. Alright, there are changes to the lock screen as well. Now you're able to move the clock to whichever position you'd like in the top half of the screen. There are a couple of new clock styles and fonts, and now you can have different wallpapers, different clock styles for different focus modes and routines. And speaking of focus modes and routines, they get their own set of updates. You can now create more custom focus modes and routines, new actions or conditions for when to turn on said focus modes and routines. Further changes to the UI include a few new widgets. Most notably, the weather app now has a dynamic weather widget that changes based on the conditions outside and whether it's day or night. And there's a more information-packed widget that gives you more information about the weather than just your temperature and whether it's raining or not. There's also a new camera widget that allows you to directly open the camera in a specific mode. So say for example, you want to open the rear facing main camera in slow motion mode. You can create that and set it in the widget, and each time you tap on that widget, you'll go straight to that camera mode. And you can create as many of these as possible. The camera app itself gets a whole host of changes. Firstly, there is now a new top bar design, making it easier to change aspect ratios and resolutions. You can quickly switch between 12, 50 or 200 megapixels depending on if your phone supports those modes or not. Likewise, in the video settings, it's now a lot easier to select a frame rate and resolution. Plus, you now get a level in the viewfinder regardless of camera modes, which is really good, especially for taking vertical video. You can easily tell if your phone is a bit tilted or not. Finally, there's a new feature called Advanced Intelligence Options. This basically lets you choose between either really fast photos or the highest quality photos. So if you're a Samsung user, you know that there's a characteristic taking the photo. Now with this setting, you can choose minimum and the shutter lag will be completely gone. What it does is it basically skips all the post-processing to give you the picture faster. But if you like the optimization, there's also a medium option for that'll do some processing but not the most. The gallery app now lets you edit photos much faster. In the information panel, you can now remaster or erase objects from there instead of digging through the menu to find those features. You can now quickly extract text from images by tapping the T that pops up in the corner, and you can now drag and drop images between apps with 2 fingers. You press and hold the images you want to move, leave the app while holding with 1 finger, and then drop them into whichever app you wanted. More changes include an auto blocking feature that prevents side loading of apps from unknown sources, even blocking updates via USB. Personally, I'll be leaving this off because I'm comfortable doing side loading apps from wherever I get them. Oh, and now when you turn on airplane mode, if you have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi on, it'll remember that you have those settings on and will not turn off your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. So this should keep interruptions to a minimum, especially if you're listening to music with headphones or you're doing something important on Wi-Fi. In the settings app, battery now gets its own settings list item, and within there are more visual changes, including new graphs to tell you how your phone is using its battery. Oh, and this being Android 14, of course you get the new Android Easter egg, which I have to say is a lot better than the other Easter eggs from recent times. Other features include new emojis, new photo and video editing apps and features, and so much more. If I were to go through all of them, this video would be probably 20 minutes long, so I'm going to leave it there. But let me know in the comments, has your phone gotten the new OneUI 6, or will you have to upgrade to get these features? And which one of these are your favorite features? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.